is Robin Good, and I'm an artist from Edmonton. And here are some examples of work that I've created. I'm a traditional acrylic painter, so I prefer to use acrylics because I'm able to mix a lot of colors really quickly, and then I can cover up any mistakes and I can add layers to create a lot of depth. I've always connected and bonded with animals quite quickly, and I find like they are just a wonderful thing to paint because they're not like a person. They're not someone that has a whole bunch of context put in them culturally, or like they're beyond borders, they're beyond culture. They're something that everyone knows, recognizes, and can understand and possibly relate to. So I feel they're very powerful. Emotions that are hard for us to process, I find are easier to see in a painting and easier for myself to process those big feelings. So I'm hoping to make art that does that. How I started was in, I think, 2021, just after a lot of big life changes. So I had been working as a graphic designer for about 8 years. I decided to quit my job, become a full-time artist and designer. And that was a big leap of faith for me. I did a lot of pet portraits, landscapes, and decided to create some art for myself out of pure joy and necessity for that joy. Because of the state of the world and the state of my own personal world, I felt like this was the best thing that I could create at the time. It's been going really, really well for me. I started off painting expressive portraits as like a little 6x6 canvas at an art walk a few years ago, and they sold immediately. I thought they were just funny and maybe something that people might not buy because I created it for myself, but I saw that there was a need for art like this, and I kept creating it, and they got bigger and more detailed, and I'm gonna be painting even larger than this size pretty soon because I am getting a lot of that positive feedback from my community, and it's keeping me fed as an artist. Naming them is like the hardest part. Like, I don't have a particular name for the painting, but for example, like this one, I just called Dissociation because like it just, that's the feeling, that's the vibe that I'm going for. For example, this one is Birthday Cat because he's celebrating his birthday. And you know, maybe it's not the best birthday he's ever had. So I do a lot of custom work, a lot of pet portraits, and that keeps me busy most of the time. Some of the time I'm able to work on my personal art, so more often than not, you'll see a lot of, on my social media, paintings and drawings that I've done of different pets. And also, it could be someone in their plane or a landscape. I really enjoy painting a lot of different things. This one, I really wanted to get that feeling like when you see someone else like eating a delicious meal, or you're looking at something on socials, or say your partner comes in with some snacks, sort of that emotion where you're like, whatever you have, I want it. And it looks like it isn't his first time begging, which is great, and I think it's super adorable and very relatable. So I wanted to use a lot of different colors in this one to challenge myself. I found the Fruit Loops to be the most challenging, just to get the right texture so that they were as delicious as possible. It like scratches that inner itch for me to like paint something like this instead of just pet portraits all day, you know, where I have to be serious. This one, it's like, I don't. So I don't have a pet myself, but I have just become a Zoe's animal rescue foster. So right now I have a little kitty at home named Oops Squigglebutt, and he's wonderful. And he's a great model, so whenever I need to look at, you know, how whiskers work or what the ears look like, he's right there snuggling with me while I'm painting. So the kinds of works that I'll be bringing to the show are a lot of these expressive animal portraits. I will be selling them as fine art canvas prints that are a little bit smaller, but they look exactly like the original at a super affordable price. Which I think is a wonderful thing to do as part of this show, is to make art more accessible for people.